Hello, today I'm comparing Estee Lauder Double Wear with Lancome Teint Idole foundation. I get questions from a lot of people trying to decide which one of these to go with or trying to decide if it's worth owning both, and I'm not quite sure why I've never thought to do this video until now. I have numerous videos on both of these foundations, extensive experience with both of these foundations. I enjoy both for different reasons. Both have their strengths and weaknesses. So I am going to be doing a thorough comparison of these. I'm going to show you on each half of my face, side by side, how they apply, what they look like against each other. And I'm going to show you a full wear day of each of these so you can just see how each of them wears against one another. And we'll see how they stack up, and you can kind of determine which one you think would be better for you, or if you think it would be worth owning both. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's go ahead and get into this Estee Lauder Double Wear Lancome Teint Idole comparison. Now, both of these foundations are insanely popular. They're bestsellers on basically every website in every store they're carried in for good reason. We'll talk about that as we go through the video. Now let's talk pricing. Lancome retails for $47. It comes in this slim bottle with a pump. Estee Lauder retails for $43. It does not come with a pump. So if you want to have a pump, they do sell one for an additional $10, which would make this $53 if you wanted that additional pump. You do get 1 ounce in each of these glass bottles, so you're getting the same amount of product. Lancome offers 50 shades. My shade for reference is 320 Bisque Warm. Now, as for Estee Lauder, I see 56 shades on their website and 55 offered on Sephora. My shade most of the year is 2W1 Dawn and 2W2 Rattan in the middle of the summer. Now, if you have light, medium, neutral, leaning warm skin tone like I do, and you think you might be my foundation shade twin, I do keep a running updated foundation shade match list and concealer list over on my blog, and it is linked down in the description box along with the products that I'm talking about in today's video. I usually keep that in all my description boxes for reference. A lot of people find it really helpful. So the claims of these foundations are pretty identical except for a couple of minor things. They both claim to have 24-hour wear, be oil-free, buildable, give medium to full coverage with a natural matte finish, be lightweight, good in hot and humid weather, stay color true all day, and neither of these foundations have alcohol, which is a pretty big thing. I feel like a lot of high-end foundations that give all of those claims have alcohol in them somewhere, and neither of these do. Now, if you have sensitive or acne-prone skin, their claims are a little bit different. Lancome claims to be good for sensitive skin, and Estee Lauder says it also doesn't clog pores, and it's oil controlling. Both foundations claim to be fragrance-free. They don't add any additional fragrance beyond what naturally occurs in the foundation. Now, I do notice a slight fragrance to Estee Lauder, which is probably due just to the ingredients that are just in the foundation. I don't notice it though after it's applied. It doesn't bother me. Now, the consistency of Lancome is kind of a medium thickness. It's not too thick, it's not very runny, but Estee Lauder is fairly runny. I'll start with Estee Lauder Double Wear application on one half of my face since that's what I applied first. If you tried applying Double Wear in the past and you just weren't happy with it, maybe you tried dotting it all over your face and blending it out with either a brush or a sponge, and you just didn't like it, because it sets so quickly, there's kind of a trick to it that doesn't take any longer. It's not difficult, it's just different than what a lot of people are used to. I have an entire video that goes in depth. I will link it down below. I'll have it up in a card. You can watch it after this video. I'll touch on it here, but you need to go watch that. I do encourage you to try it again after watching that video because it is so worth it, and Double Wear is just a beautiful foundation when it's applied correctly. It sets quickly because it's bulletproof. It lasts all day, all night. I'll get into that in a little bit. So I am going in with a very thin layer in sections. I'm not dotting it all over my face because it does set quickly. I'm just blending out each section as I go and kind of blending in the sections to each other with a damp sponge. And I get slightly more than medium coverage with this thin layer. If I need any more coverage in any areas, I can just layer it specifically in those areas. Some people like to thin out Double Wear with other foundations. It's great mixed in with other foundations, or you can thin it out with a moisturizer or a serum. That's an option to be able to blend it out a little bit easier so it won't set so quickly, but with this method, I just find it super easy. With Lancome, you can dot it all over your face and blend it out if you want to do that. It initially gives medium coverage that can build. I do need to use a little bit more to get the same coverage that I get with less of Estee Lauder, and I'm doing the same thing on this side. I'm applying one layer and just layering it where I need it. I just find that to look a lot more natural. So that's what I'm doing here today in this application. So clearly there are some application differences. Now let's talk about the finish. I think both give a beautiful natural matte finish that blurs the pores nicely. Now, I am someone that needs to set my foundation with powder, even if it is a long wearing foundation that gives a natural matte finish. I just get too shiny in my T-zone if I don't. You may be one that doesn't like to set your foundation or likes to use a setting spray instead of powder. It's gonna be very individual. Initially, this is the finish I think both give. It's just a nice soft matte finish, and they're very, very pretty. Both can give medium to full coverage depending on how you apply them initially and how you layer them. You know, I think on this day when I had them on each half of my face, you can't see that much of a difference. I mean, I don't think you can. I think I have maybe a tad more coverage on the Estee Lauder side, but I think both look really beautiful. Now, this isn't the wear test day. I'm getting to that here in a second, but this was just me wanting to show you what they look like on my skin. And having had a lot of experience with both foundations, they both feel very lightweight, which is nice from fuller coverage foundations that wear a long time. I want to preface these two wear days by saying that I live in New Orleans. It's very hot and humid here most of the year. It's not hot here right now, but I wore both of these on days when we had 85 to 90% humidity and rain. I was running around on both of those days, so I put these to a really good test with a lot of humidity. I wore both of these for well over 12 hours on each day, and I'm doing check-ins around the same time periods each day. And this was to show you guys. I have worn these numerous times, so I knew the results I was gonna get. I just wanted to do this specifically to get it on camera so that I could show you. So at the start of both days, they both looked really nice on my skin. I had solid medium full coverage. Neither looked heavy at all. They both looked really natural. I felt comfortable running errands, going about my day, and just running around. I don't think either of these give too much coverage that you need to reserve either one of them for nighttime. So here we are 5 hours later with both. Lancome looks very, very natural. I did need to blot my T-zone very shortly after this, and that is typical with Lancome. On any day, I typically need to blot around 4 to 5.5 hours, just kind of depending on what's going on and how hot it is. Estee Lauder looks pretty much the same with some natural glow, but no shine. So that's 5 hours. At the 8.5 hour mark, we're at different times of day. I have no daylight for Lancome, but you can definitely see some oil and shine breakthrough. I needed to blot at this point for sure, but my makeup still looks good. Estee Lauder, I have a bit more glow and shine than earlier, but I don't have any oil breakthrough and my makeup is still looking good. I do want to note that even though I'm getting some shine breakthrough with Lancome, my makeup still doesn't feel heavy. I don't feel it. At 12.5 hours, I've lost a lot of coverage with Lancome. It's completely worn away below my under eye area on my cheeks and near my brows. I'd say this started happening around the 10-hour point. I'm going to talk more about this in a second. And since I showed the Lancome on my sofa kind of in the dark at the 8.5 hour point, I wanted to also show the Estee Lauder in the same kind of light at 12 hours. I have a little bit of shine coming through, not a lot. Makeup still looks good. And the bathroom shot here is at 14 hours. I've lost some blush color, but that's about it. I'm not sure if that's because of the foundation or if that's just when my blush was going to wear away. Now, I feel like some of the things that we just saw could be viewed as complete negatives, but I don't think they are. I'm going to summarize each foundation, tell you who I think they'd be good for, and my thoughts. And I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below after you hear mine. And keep in mind that I do love both of these foundations for different reasons. So let's talk about Lancome Teint Idole first. This is quick and easy to work with. It's a good everyday foundation that is flattering for all skin types, especially mature skin or those with dry skin that, can get some surface dehydration. I have that sometimes with my oily combination skin, and this never emphasizes that. Now, if you have some oily skin, you can get some shine breakthrough during the day. You may need a mattifying primer with it. These wear tests that I showed you today, I used no primer whatsoever. I think I forgot to say that in the beginning, but I wanted to show you just over my natural skin without primer. If you have oily combination skin and you don't want any maintenance, don't want to wear a primer, this may not be for you. I think it's really pretty. It's a great medium full, can be a good full coverage foundation that gives me many hours of wear. It can take me through a very long day or a very long evening. So just because it wore away in comparison to this earlier doesn't mean it's bad. This is a great long wearing, natural, easy, everyday foundation that I love having in my arsenal. I keep it at my makeup table. It's beautiful. Which brings me to Estee Lauder. So this, I think, can also be great for any skin type with some tweaks. Now, I think it's great for oily combination skin, even normal. If you have surface dehydration or dryness or very mature skin, you may want to mix in a serum or a moisturizer with it. I have a lot of viewers with those skin types that really love it, but they do like to mix some things in it. This isn't going to be, just slap it on and go. This does take a little bit of tweaking to apply it. I pretty much apply almost all my foundations like that these days just because it's just second nature for me. Again, I'll have my how to apply Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation video down below. If applied correctly, this is very natural looking. It rarely needs any blotting, and if I do need to blot my T-zone, it never looks greasy. This is one of the most bulletproof foundations I own. It's worry-free, basically, and it's reliable. If I need a foundation that is going to take me from morning all the way through the night, this is typically what I'll reach for. So whereas this will take me through a long morning, a long evening, this will take me through both. So for that reason, for me, it's worth owning both because there are days where I want to get ready quickly and easily, and I know I'm going to be out for, 8-9 hours. This is perfect. There are days where I need something that is going to last me, and I might have the unexpected. I might be out for 12 hours. I could be out for 16. I just don't know. And so this is what I will reach for those days. And I don't have to worry about touching up or blotting. So I hope you found this comparison of Estee Lauder Double Wear and Lancome Teint Idole helpful. I hope you found the video enjoyable. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know which you prefer, what your thoughts are on these foundations in the comments down below. If you're not subscribed, I would love to have you hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.